Next week, the first presidential debate is scheduled between Biden and Trump, and no, RFK will not be attending. No, Dr. Cornel West will not be there. And no, shocker, neither will Dr. Jill Stein.
Presidential election is now 20 weeks away, and the first debate 10 days from now. And tonight we're learning the unique rules both President Biden and Donald Trump agreed to before their head-to-head showdown that will air right here on CBS. We get more now from CBS's Robert Costa.
With their campaigns ramping up, President Biden and former President Trump are also preparing to face off next week, with some differences from the raucous 2020 debates.
The radical left. Will you shut up, man? Listen,
Sources tell us when one candidate is speaking, the other's microphone will be muted at the CNN-hosted event. There will be no opening statements and 2 minutes to answer questions.
Hey, I got to interrupt here. I just got to say, if you don't want a signal that the old man can't hack it, why we got to have special rules? Yeah, you don't have special rules unless somebody can't hack it. I'm just saying, if you want to, so they want to send everybody and their mama in front of a microphone for the Democratic Party and talk about how everything's a lie. Biden's fine. Biden is furrow. He's a strong, robust brother. He ain't losing a step. Right, Joe? Joe, over here, Joe. Somebody tap Joe. Wake him up. Joe. Tim, you ever? I'm on your staff. They want everybody to think that Joe Biden is virile. That's the word I was looking for. Not sterile, virile. But if that's the case, why he needs special rules put in place, man? Yeah, why we need special rules for Joe if Joe's all right? If Joe ain't missing a step, okay, if 2 boxes come out, one comes out with a headgear on, it's like, hey, why he wearing a headgear? Oh, it's because he's got a bad haircut. He wants to hide his haircut. Nah. Why he want to change the rules this time? Because he's losing a step. He can't muster the strength it takes to raise his voice. That's all you got to do. Trump starts talking while you're talking. You raise your voice. Oh, I'm talking right now, orange man. And all the cronies in the audience that they're going to put there, the seat fillers. No one talks about that. We talk about seat fillers when Trump goes to a Michigan black church. You don't talk about all the seat fillers at these debates and at the Biden town halls. Quiet, weren't you? You're going to leave that one out there, Joy Reid and Don Lemonhead and a lot of other people too. Some independent people who are now independent because they don't have no job no more. Now they're independent. He's still trying to get back in, so you're willing to just sell us out. That's all you doing.
And Trump pivoted from weekend birthday wishes on the trail to a meeting with Speaker Mike Johnson at Trump's Florida home Monday, a summer showcasing of the former president's solidarity with Republicans. Sources say Trump is also staying close with far-right allies like Steve Bannon. Speaking at a conservative convention in Detroit on Saturday, Bannon echoed Trump in vowing retribution against those who investigated the former president and his political allies. Retribution against staying close with far-right allies like Steve Bannon.
Why does Steve Bannon always look like he stinks? He always looks like he smells bad, man. He's a rich guy. He always looks like a disheveled, drunk guy that sit in front of a liquor store all day. I'm about to play the number.
Speaking at a conservative convention in Detroit on Saturday, Bannon echoed Trump in vowing retribution against those who investigated the former president and his political allies.
We're going to run them all out of town. It's very simple. Victory or death.
Despite intense support from Trump's base, weeks after his criminal conviction, Trump is locked in a tight race with President Biden, especially in key battleground states. Biden advisors privately say putting Trump's conduct and American democracy front and center is a necessary strategy.
This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
And at a star-studded weekend fundraiser, President Biden was joined by former President Obama while weighing in on the future legal impact of the election.
The next president is likely to have 2 new Supreme Court nominees. 2 more.
Sources tell me President Biden will prep for the debate later this week at Camp David, and Trump allies tell me his prep is more informal. They say he's also moving closer to a decision on a running mate, with North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum gaining momentum, among others.
Yeah, what? They're not talking about giving it to Byron Donalds? Or Tim Scott after all that groveling Tim Scott did? Oh, come on, Trump. I'll have your child. I'll bring your baby into this world. After winning a coin toss, Biden's campaign chose the right podium position, meaning he will be on the right side of viewers' screens, with Trump on the left. Trump's campaign then opted to deliver his closing statement after Biden. Both campaigns have agreed to appear at podiums, and microphones will be muted, except for the candidate whose turn it is to speak. Of course, I would root for RFK to be on that debate stage, because any dialogue, any possibility of an actual topic coming up that actually hits home for us is a win. They're afraid to lose. Trump afraid he might go to jail if he loses, and Biden's afraid he won't remember what day it is that day. It's going to be door to door, man, wall to wall, fear mongering. Once upon a time, you know, Trump looked at a lady funny or something happened, and Biden's going to be painted, he's going to be boosted up as a saint. Saint Biden. I'm surprised they already tried to float the story that 50 years ago, Biden saved somebody in the pool when he was lifeguard. Now, none of the people he saved that were kids came forward and said, hey, yeah, Biden saved my life. He said he did this multiple times. He saved multiple lives when he was a lifeguard.
And I made a lot of friends.
Did you ever save anyone's life when you were a lifeguard? Was anyone ever drowning?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, well, half a dozen times. Usually younger kids, but...
You do the thing with the whistle and then jump in the bathing suit? And
you got it.
No kidding.
Yeah, there's a big pool. There were 7 lifeguard stands.
Wow. See, that would define my... I would brag about that everywhere I went.
Well, by the way, I did it up in Lake Ontario, too, when I was in...
But I'm not bragging or nothing. I don't want to brag, make a big deal out of it. Yeah, that's because those people that you saved would theoretically still be alive. And none of them have came forward and said, hey, yeah, the president saved me. I haven't seen that story. And don't tell me you wouldn't use that story, Biden, if that was a true story. So Biden gets to tell whoppers. And if I'm wrong, where are the people? So we're going to see you're going to see a lot more of this. I know it's tiresome. You're going to be like, man, this is a nuisance. What will you do with it, America? Will you go quietly into the dark? Will you allow them to run us ragged, to take all that money out, give it to the richest of the rich, while the poor get poor? Or are we going to stand up for something? Join us, become a part of the Tim Black Wolf Pack. Join our VIP club. More content. All day, every day. Not caping for Democrats. And I'm really tired of people going, well, you like Trump. Nah. Trump's funny. Sometimes he's got a point here or there, but I don't lie for Trump. And I don't lie for Biden. And yeah, Democrats get a lot of smoke from me. Democrats get a lot more smoke from me because they keep lying to black people, man. It's just so much that I'm going to take.